Welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom, and this is Dynamics, who's in the absolutely awesome super obese tier 7 Japanese super heavy tank, the Oni. He's platooned up with Belshaman, who's in the Scorpion, and Microdrive in the T-34-100. They're on Overlord, and he's got a nice matchup. It's a tier 7 matchup, so he's top tier. Now they are going to do some major rework of this map, apparently. I featured it on one of my rambling videos recently. Lots of changes because this map is not really ideal. Very corridory and lots of choke points. Makes it very difficult, but that paradoxically is pretty good for something as super heavy as this thing. You want choke points, you want to keep your front towards the enemy as much as you possibly can. So it's coming along here. Well, there's an IS at the side there. Bounces a shot from the IS. Misses his return shot. Bounces a Tiger, or blocks a Tiger 1 as well. And now it's just a question of trying to get to this corner and basically deny the enemy coming round. And Tiger 1 is still taking a lot of punishment. He's already got 1100 assistance damage, and this game is barely started. Misses the IS. Well, I think he actually hit some of the terrain in between. Looks like he's firing HE only, and the Derp gun. The trouble is, when you hit any kind of soft terrain or anything else, the HE shell gets pre-detonated. It's hit and penned by the Tiger 1, but the Tiger 1 pays for it with his life, thanks to Belshaman, who's sitting right back, doing what only a Scorpion can do, firing at range. Here comes the IS, tried to rush him, he tracked him in one go, bounced another shot. T-29, who was coming around, decided, actually, you know what, there's an awful lot of TDs back there, I'm not sure I really want to push it. But here comes the Steve-42, can Dynamics aim for him? Can aim, but he hasn't reloaded, unfortunately. Only just reloaded, so unlucky, because he could have hit one shot at that Steve-42. The T-67, that's braver than 67 as well, because 67 needs a hell of a job to pen an Oni frontally, certainly, and it makes a bit of mess of their tanks if you hit them with a gun like this, firing HE. Just ask that Steve-42, who just got one-shotted because he poked just a little bit too far. So the T-29's coming up, trying to get some penetrating shots, but all he can do is bounce off Dynamics' side armor. He's now bounced 2,700 damage. Nope, tell a lie, he's bounced 2,900 damage. 1,900 damage even. I'll get it right in a minute. And he's assisted on 2,700 damage. That's what that was. Took a big hit there from, actually it wasn't that big a hit, but it was a hit from the Hellcat, which penned him. Also he had a critical from the Hellcat out there, but he's still bouncing shells, stopping any kind of damage, or any significant damage. I guess that 67, can he finish him up? Yes, of course he can. 150mm to the back of the hull, back of the turret is going to kill most things. So his team has actually done pretty well, considering there were most of the very good players on the enemy team are out on this flank, whereas we didn't have so many. So you can see he's not sure whether to push forward, he's a bit concerned. The trouble is, when you push forward you end up with a whole load of enemy TDs all sitting down at the JK line. Trouble is, you don't really know they're there until you make a move and then get spotted, and then good night Vienna. So he's finally got through, which is good. Got his eyes set on the T-29. Wow. That 12-ton just was not paying attention. 150mm shell to the side is going to make a mess. That T29 isn't paying attention either. Finally he's turned his turret around, but I don't think that's going to stop dynamics. Perfect. So, trundling off. I mean, of course, the trouble with the Oni is it's very, very slow. But it's slow because of its bulk and also its armour. It's actually got some armour, which makes a big difference. Oh, there's a Hellcat Hug. And what a snapshot that was. A fully trained crew, and I couldn't do that. Ramming speed. Takes out the Hellcat, nicely done. And that's it, GG, good game. So that was a nice way to wrap up the game with the ram kill at the end. It was an ace tanker, of course, bruiser, spotter in an Oni, duelist, fighter, fire for effect, and shell proof. He also got steel wall. Finished up doing 1,757 damage, 5 kills, 1,518 base XP. 5 9 shots hit with 7, penned with 7, or did damage with 7, and he received 16 shots, 4 of which penned, 11 bounced for 2,200 blocked. He also got 2,737 assistance damage, which is quite amazing in a big solid heavy like this. Nearly 51,000 credits, not much cost, gave him a 37,000 profit, which is not bad, and 2,300, well, let's call it 2,400 experience for the crew. So nice game, really, really nice game. So if it wasn't bad enough for him to send me one derp game in the Oni, he then went and sent me another one in the King of Derp, the KV2, the tier 6 Russian heavy tank. This thing was what derp was invented for. This is, if you use any other gun on this thing, you're doing it wrong, and you really, really need to go and see a psychiatrist, because the 152mm gun is the only gun of any significance on this tank. And I know people argue the other gun, 122 or whatever it is, gives you much faster rate of fire and blah 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 blah, but you're wrong. Just admit it, you're wrong. 152 is the way to go. So we're on Ensk. It's a tier 7 game, so it's bottom tier, which is not usually too bad. Well, it's usually a pretty bad thing, but not when you're in the derp wagon. Heading forward towards the heavy area. KV2 is a little bit on the slow side, especially when you've got a T-34 driving into the side of you. There's a Love, there's a Liberté, all down there at the end. Can you get a shot on that Love? Nice shot, look at that. Wow, 353 damage against the Love. Not going to like that. Love's really struggling. Reload. The danger of this tank is obviously the reload on it. It takes a long old time to reload. There's a Ferdinand waiting for Dynamics to stick his head round. Oh, and there's also FV4202. Puts a shell into him, only this time 229 damage. Love is trying to get round behind the AT-15. Dynamics has seen that, it's going to try and pop out and support him. There we go, beautiful shot into the Love, and tracks him at the same time. Another 300 hit on that German heavy tank, and there's not an awful lot left of it. In fact, there's nothing left of it apart from a few springs and bottle tops on the ground. So it's 2-all. Dynamics has done 800 damage so far. He's only just got going. There's our friend in the FV back there. Gets a nice shot into him. Another 334 damage this time. Puts him over the 1,000 damage. And the secret with this tank is pop out, get your shot, then pull back, wait for the gun to reload, and rinse and repeat. 20 odd seconds is reload on this. That's That's a nice kill. Takes down the FV, takes another tank out of the game. There's a Tiger 2, who's next target, I think. It's a fairly tight game. It's 4-all. Sorry, 4-5. Try and look for another target. Come on, Tiger. You know you want to. Tiger. Is the Tiger going to come round? He is, you know. Lovely shot. 309 damage and tracks the Tiger there. Tiger's down. It's 7 plays 5. 1600 damage so far. Can he roll forward? Looks like he's got his eye on the Liberté. Alright, there's bigger fish to fry first. Can he get a shot on that Ferdinand? Ferdinand's been pushed out by his teammate. Takes down the Ferdinand without too much trouble. That's his second kill. Still tight though. 8 plays 7. Looks like the enemy have won the other flank. 8 plays 8 now. Enemy have won the other flank. So Dynamics is heading back. He's seen the way things are going. There's a Scorpion G, a Type 62, Japanese Tiger, and a VK36 all up there. Oh, there's our friend in the... Oh my word, he must have just... I don't know, the ghost of Stalin absolutely rocked there for him. Just snapshotted and took out the tier 8 German TD with one shot. 62 next. Type 62 has really should have got away a long time ago. He hung around far too long, risked himself there against the AT-15 and this KV. He didn't risk a snapshot there because I think if he had, the 62 would have come back and circled him to death, so probably a good decision to hold on the shell there. 20 seconds is a long time to wait when you've got a type 62 giving you grief. Hits him beautifully, now it's ram him, yeah, tracks him as well, does another 60 odd, 100 odd damage, and the AT-15 takes him down. Now there's only 4 of them left, 3 enemy, 2 of whom are in the cap. Pretty sure that will be the VK and the heavy tank number 6. They are all tier 6 tanks that are left, so Dynamics' team has got the definite advantage if they can get there in time. Only 12 seconds. It looks like it's down to the IKV to reset things. Alright, Dynamics should be able to do it too. It does one reset and there goes heavy tank number 6. This is absolutely smacked. He should reload before Dynamics does, so it could be the end of Dynamics here, but he's chasing him nonetheless. Oh, he must have done an ammo rack on him because he never managed to reload. VK next, can he finish him off? Come on. There we go. He's down. And that's it, GG. Really, really good game. So unsurprisingly, another ace tanker. He got Bruiser, he got Fighter, he got Fire for Effect. I swear all these games he's been sending me are just revenge for the ones that I keep showing where he's not done so well because he's been in my platoon. And it's just coincidence. It really is. He plays very well a lot of the time. But we all have bad days. 3,164 damage, 4 kills, 1,725 base XP, fired 11 shots, hit with all 11, did damage with all 11, and even got a bit of splash for that 3,000 damage. He took 3 hits, they all penned him. Well, it was a tier 8 game and he is a tier 6 tank. He also got 850 assistance damage, which is presumably from tracking enemy tanks, and he even got 61 defense points, which is very nice. 59,000 credits, hardly used any kind of costs at all, so ended up with 45,500 credits profit. Would have been just shy of 26,000 if he hadn't been running premium, and it was times 2. He got a whopping 5,176 experience for that. So it was a cracking game. So there you go. Couple of heavy derp action games from Dynamics for you. Hope you enjoyed them. If you did, give it a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. If you've got a game that you want me to take a look at and maybe put up on the channel, upload it to the WoT Replay site, send the link to me, gamerdom13@gmail.com, and I'll happily take a look at it. In the meantime, enjoy your games, have fun, try not to take them too seriously, it is just a game, and I'll see you again soon. Gamerdom out.